Hi, and welcome to the Las Vegas Advisor Weekly Update with Anthony and Andrew. Today is Friday, January 6th, 2023. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Great to be here in Vegas.
Mm-hmm. New Year. First week, getting started.
Yeah. New Year, same me.
And things happening right off the bat.
Lots happening. So this real estate deal went bust.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, that was the news this week.
Yeah.
There seems like there's some sort of big story every week. There was, in 2021, it was announced that a company from South America, Central America, who was in the casino business, had bought the old Riviera site, which is on the frontage of about 10 acres, fronting the convention center, right on the Strip. And they were going to build another gigantic resort there on the north end.
Okay.
And it was just announced that the whole deal just went kaflooey.
Wow.
So everybody kind of was like, okay, all the things happening on the North Strip, it gets better and better. And don't forget that one. Mm-hmm. Well, no, you can forget that one. Apparently, it's not going to happen.
Forget that one. But hopefully the Fontainebleau will still come up.
Well, yeah. I mean, the Fontainebleau, everything looks good there. They got some financing and all of that.
So what's going to happen with this 10 acres?
I think it's just going to go back to the convention center because the convention center bought it. They bought that land in the Riviera and they raised the Riviera and knocked it down, right?
I remember.
And then they sold it because they didn't need that 10 acres up front. And they didn't need to go all the way to the Strip, for the convention center. So it was a good way for them to make some money back. I think the deal gets scuttled and it'll, be back on the market, I assume.
Okay. Well, more to come on the very, very hot north end of the Strip. All right. And speaking of new real estate deals and new things popping up in Vegas, there has been announced a new station casino in Henderson.
Another station casino.
Another station casino.
Right. They're just getting ready to build, to open up Durango Station sometime this year. Mm-hmm. And now they're going to the other side to Henderson.
Yeah, near Anthem.
Yeah. It's called INSPIRADA.
INSPIRADA, right.
The neighborhood is called INSPIRADA. Mm-hmm. And here's the details on this one. Let's see, 80,000 square foot casino, several restaurants and bars, bowling alley, movie theater, 30,000 square feet of meeting space. Construction start date January 2024.
Wow. Okay.
So a year from now.
Okay.
But that's what the station is doing. I mean, station bills, I call them cookie cutters, because they're all the same, but they're nice.
Oh, they're very nice.
They know how to do it. They know how to extract money. And, now they're going to build down in Henderson. They got rid of, it's funny because they got rid of the Fiesta in Henderson. That wasn't good enough. And they're going to build this one, in the INSPIRADA area.
Well, it's interesting because the Fiesta Henderson, I thought that was such a great part of town to be in. It's like right on the way to, downtown Henderson. It's right there. But this one, INSPIRADA, there's not really much going on down there. It's just like the M.
It's kind of an upscale neighborhood around it.
Yeah.
And so, that's what they're banking on. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for good neighborhoods to build in where they've got a built-in clientele.
So this is going to be something nice. It's going to be like Green Valley Ranch or Red Rock.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, maybe a step below. Mm-hmm. I think that's what they're doing. I think that Red Rock and Green Valley Ranch were kind of their flagships. And then like one step below that would be Durango Station and this one, Henderson Station or INSPIRADA Station, whatever they're going to call it. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, you heard it here, and that is coming in 2024. All right, now this is a fun one. So Anthony and I were hanging out at the Rum Runner last night, and they do this great promotion once a week on Wednesdays where you can put $100 through the game and then you get $20 free play. And as we were drinking beers and hanging out, as we tend to do, Anthony told me this fantastic story about the legend of the Rum Runner.
Right. And Andrew's like, we're doing that on the show tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's cool. We'll do it on the show. So here's the thing. First of all, Rum Runner, a really cool kind of, I wouldn't call it necessarily a dive bar, just a local bar. I think there are 3 or 4 Rum Runners around Vegas, 4 of them, I believe. And this is the one on East Tropicana, about 3 miles east of the Strip. And good place, good food. Like I said, they have the good deal on Wednesday nights. And they got an $8.99 burger there.
Okay.
And it's a good one. You don't find many burgers for, under $10 these days.
Foosball table. They got foosball.
Good foosball table. Andrew and I
tend to go at it.
Play at it once in a while. And but here's the main thing. Here's the legend of it. Several years ago, there was a guy named Archie Karras. And he was written about in our book, Man with $100,000 Breasts. We talked about that book a few weeks ago,
right?
About the guy who got the boob job and all of that. Well, there's several stories in there, and this one's called The $17 Million Man. He went on a heater, as we call it. He had no money. He's basically kind of a grifter, kind of got in trouble for some cheating and things of that nature. And he went on what we call a heater, meaning he got a stake of $10,000. He played pool.
Right. You said he was a quite good pool player.
He's quite good at many things.
Yeah.
He played pool against a very well-known casino executive that nobody ever wants to mention the name.
Right.
And he beat him in pool. He got a stake of $10,000. Somebody put it up for him, and he beat him for I think close to $100,000, and then went on a massive tear, playing poker, playing craps, doing everything up and down the strip downtown at Binion's, and ended up hitting brought it all the way up to $17 million.
Unbelievable.
And then he went and he blew it all.
Well,
Yeah.
How do you blow it? How do you blow $17 million?
Gamblers, man. Gamblers are gamblers. They got leaks, and he was a very good pool player. He was a very good poker player. He was very, they said that he could do things with dice, but I actually heard that he was winning without throwing the dice. So he just got lucky, and things started happening. But here's the thing: the place that he played pool was the Rum Runner.
That Rum Runner that we were at on Tropicana.
Yeah, that was the place where he had it, and the executive was Bobby Baldwin.
Okay.
And Bobby Baldwin at the time was like number 2 behind Steve Wynn. And Bobby Baldwin was a main event winner in the World Series of Poker.
Okay.
Very, highly respected, great game player. I hear by all accounts a very, very good pool player, but not as good as Archie.
Right.
So anybody who checks out the Rum Runner, really fun place to go to. You'll see those pool tables, and that's where it all began.
And you can check out the book, again, The Man with $100,000 Breasts. And you can get that on LasVegasAdvisor.com. All right, and this week's Survivor update, I want to pick up right where we left off last week. That was a crazy story, a wild ride, but now another week has gone by. Anthony, what's going on with the 3 final contestants of Survivor?
Yeah, the 3 Survivor contestants all move forward. Their games all won.
Okay.
So we go into the final week now with 3 players left. There's a good chance that they might have to split that prize.
Okay. Now, can they chop the pot? I think someone in the comments was asking, could they chop the pot now?
Yes, they can. And, there's nothing against the rules to doing that. It's just a matter if they're able to get together and come to an agreement. I don't think it would be very hard for them to find one another. There's only 3 of them. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually made a deal.
Okay.
Now, what they might have done is, in Survivor, you can only play the team once. So one of these guys might be in a much better position than the other 2. And maybe he's in a negotiating position where he can say, well, I got a better choice here, and I got a better chance. So, I don't want to chop evenly.
Right.
So, theoretically, everybody gets $2 million, right? We all go, look, no matter who wins, we're going to split it 3 ways. We all get $2 million, but you never know.
Yeah.
He might have just said, I want to do, somebody could say, I want 2.5 or I want 2 1/4 or it's no deal.
Right.
If he's got an edge, then he's got an edge.
He's going to use it.
Yeah. So, you don't know. You don't know who these guys are. You don't know if they know each other. You don't know if they made a deal, but certainly that's all in the realm of possibility.
Do they still have to play the final game if they negotiate with each other?
Yeah, you always play the final game.
You have to play it down.
Somebody gets bragging rights. That's really cool. Sometimes there's, I've been involved in these things in tournaments where you do make deals. And sometimes if one player is considered to be better than the others, he'll get a bigger percentage.
Right.
In poker, they'll split it by who's got the most chips, that sort of thing. And, there can be a thing they can say, look, here's what we're going to do. We're going to split it 3 ways. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to chop $1 million off the top. Or we're going to chop $500,000 off the top, and whoever actually does win it gets that. Okay. And we'll split the rest.
Okay.
So there's a lot of creative things that can be done.
That's a pretty good deal. I like that.
Yeah, it's fun. You want to make it fair and you want to make it fun, and actually you don't want to make it fair. You're competing against one another, and you want to try to drive the best deal for yourself.
Sure.
But usually at this point, everybody's pretty sophisticated, and it gets chopped up pretty evenly.
Okay. Well, it's very exciting. One more week to go, and that is Survivor. Now, are you going to do it again, Anthony? I know you spent $6,000 on entries this year. You had 6 entries. None of them won. Are you going to do it again next year?
Yeah, we'll do it every year. It's a good one. It's wicked, as we saw last week. It's it can be a really cruel contest.
Yeah.
But there's value in it, and sure, I'll do it again.
Okay. All right. And last week we started teasing member rewards for the new year. It's 2023. We got the new book. We got some deals. How you feeling about this year's book, Anthony?
It's good. Well, you mentioned the tease, right?
Yeah.
We had the comments. And by the way, these comments have been great.
Yeah.
People have been commenting more and more. A, like you say, it helps us with the algorithm. B, it gives us ideas.
Yeah.
C, it helps us improve.
Yeah.
So,
get better.
Yeah, keep it up. But one of the comments says that I should learn how to tease something a little better. And what happened there was I started to say some of the things that were in there. I actually did say them.
Yeah.
And then I turned to Andrew and I said, but we're not done. And we don't know if it's gonna really go through.
Yeah.
We haven't signed off yet.
Yeah.
So I said I was gonna tease it, and I didn't tease anything, right?
We ended up editing it a little bit, but yes, that is true. We did tease it here, but it didn't make the final cut. But today we can do a little bit of teasing.
Yeah, today we're gonna do a full show on this.
Yeah.
But today we'll talk about some of the top things. First of all, Member Rewards is the coupon package that we give with a membership to Las Vegas Advisor. Mm-hmm. All right, it's $50 to subscribe. You get 12 issues of our newsletter, and you get this Member Rewards book. And to be honest with you, everybody buys the membership not for what I write in the newsletter, but for the Member Rewards book.
Mm-hmm. Maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah, it's mostly for the Member Rewards book, but it's and I don't blame them because it's really great.
Well, it's a valuable. If you're a value seeker, the Member Rewards book is filled with value.
Well, yeah. I mean, here's an example. We've got about 85 offers this year when you're counting what's in the book and what's online. If you put them all together, it's worth between $1,500 and $2,000.
Okay.
So if you were to play them all, it's worth $1,600 or $1,700, something like that. We've got 25 gambling coupons. We've got 25 food coupons. Mm-hmm. We've got drink coupons. We've got shows. We've got attractions. We've even got a spa discount.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, but the main thing is that this year we've got 2 of what we call the master coupons, which we haven't had for a couple of years. A master coupon goes all the way back to when the Palms opened.
Okay.
And George Maloof, who opened the Palms, came to me. This was in 2002. And he comes to me and he says, I want to be in the book and I want to have the best coupon in the book. He goes, what should I do? I said, well, it's $50 for a membership. It's $50 then, it's still $50, right? I said, it's $50 for a membership. And I said, why don't you give us one offer that's worth $50?
Yeah.
That way, anybody who buys it says, I can't lose. And he goes, yeah, I'll do it. And we did what was called a $50 comp.
Way to go, George Maloof.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, George was cool. So basically what that was is you pay $100 for something and you immediately get half of it off.
Okay.
And you save the $50. Well, we got 2 of them this year. We got 2 coupons that will save you more than $50. And the first one, I think everyone's going to love this one, is a BOGO, buy one, get one for the Palms Buffet.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's super strong.
Yeah.
And when they said they were going to do it, I was like, this is fabulous. People are going to love this. And I said, except for the lobster buffet, I'm sure. And they said no for all buffets.
So that makes it even better. So if you plan your day right, you can use this coupon to get a half price lobster buffet.
Or 2 for 1.
Or
so
2 for
let's
1,
say
right.
that's you and a friend, or you and your wife, or you and a girlfriend, or boyfriend, girl, whatever. You're gonna save $65 on his or hers after you buy yours.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. And you don't have to use it for that. You can use it for any of them. Those buffets are fantastic over there.
Yeah.
And I think this is just one of the best offers we've had in a long time. The second one, at the Downtown Grand, you can stay up to 5 nights, and they will, at the lowest price, all right? So you don't have to pay any special fee or anything. Whatever they're selling is what you get to buy. I think they're usually in the $60, $65 range, down there, maybe a little lower sometimes. They waive the resort fee for 5 nights.
Oh, wow.
And the resort fee there is $35 a night.
Yeah.
So literally, most people will stay for like a 3-night stay, right?
Yeah.
Stay for 3 nights, you're going to save $105.
Oh, wow. Okay, so Downtown Grand, no resort fees.
No resort fee.
That's pretty strong.
It's also free parking. When you're staying there, parking is free.
Okay.
So no resort fee, no parking fee.
Okay. We like the Downtown Grand.
Oh, Downtown Grand is great.
Yeah,
They're doing some amazing things. And they also have a $50 match play in the book.
Oh, that's
right?
really good.
Play 50 on one hand of blackjack or craps, whatever, win it, get paid 100.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's terrific. As for the rest of the book, we'll talk about it more, but the gambling coupons are worth $419.
Okay.
If you were to play them all, the expected value is $419. The AI coupons, which stands for any idiots.
Okay.
We call them any idiot coupons, meaning you don't have to be an expert to get full value out of it, are worth $180.
Okay.
So the gambling coupons by themselves are $180. The buffets can save you up to $65. The resorts fees can save you over $100.
Okay.
So, we're real proud of the book. It's $50 for all of it. You want to see all the coupons, you go to LasVegasAdvisor.com. You can see the whole list. And we'll do a bigger show on it next week, right?
Terrific. You heard it here. Get excited. I'm excited. And we got some couponing to do.
Indeed.
All right.
Okay.
And this week's jackpot of the week comes to us from Kevin H. He says, during our last trip to Las Vegas, my wife and I stopped into McMullen's Irish Pub to play video poker and drink some Guinnesses. Our normal machines were occupied, so we sat at 2 other machines. We knew these machines allowed the player to bet 10 credits instead of the normal 5 when pressing the max bet button. We don't typically bet 10, so we made a mental note not to use the max bet button. I ordered my Guinness and started playing. In about 10 minutes, I was dealt 3 deuces. I hit the draw button and was rewarded with the 4th deuce. I take a drink and then I notice I've been betting 10 credits. I won 500 instead of 250. This is one of the few times where an accidental max bet has paid off for me.
Well, we've talked about this before, right?
Yep.
The max bet button.
Yep.
And,
It can be a doozy.
it happens,
Yeah.
and sometimes you can play, you play and you go, why is my credits going down so fast?
Yeah.
Right? Because you think you're playing 5 and you're actually playing 10.
Yep.
Or you look and you hit something and you go, just like that. Like, wow, what just happened?
Mm-hmm.
So most people don't want to do that. They want to bet the regular 5 coins. And the way to do that, we've talked about this before, is you take an ashtray or a shot glass and you put it over the max play button.
Yep.
That way you won't hit it. Because if you don't do that, believe me, at some point you will.
Yeah, and that's the pro tip right there. That's how you do it. That's how you protect yourself from yourself.
Right, exactly. And it's happened. I've done it many times.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like really wild when you do it when you're playing blackjack or something. You're betting $1 and all of a sudden you're betting $100, right?
I was just going to say that exact example because it happened to me at Jackson's where you can bet 100 credits. I was playing blackjack. I think I had $75 in there or something.
Right.
And I accidentally hit bet the max and it was one.
It's great when you win.
I did win.
Fantastic. We also want to talk real quickly about McMullen's because Kevin mentions that that's where they were playing. McMullen's pretty cool place too. Another good bar. It's we talk a lot about the English pub, which is Crown and Anchor. This is an Irish pub, and it's just east. Excuse me, it's just west of the Orleans.
Okay.
So if you're at the Orleans, you just look to the coming out of the Orleans, look to the right, and it's right across the street. And it's a nice place. It's a good pub.
All right. I haven't been there, so I'm going to have to go check it out.
Okay, one more thing. The game played was Deuces Wild. Not a great version of Deuces. It's a 96.77% return.
Yeah, that's pretty low.
So yeah, that's pretty low. It's it's over 3% against the player. But here's what I want to mention about it. In the comments, all right, we had somebody say, "Stop with the pay table nonsense. I don't worry about it, and I've hit 150 royal flushes at least. How many have you hit?" He was talking to me directly.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to comment on this.
All right. Let's comment.
First thing I'll say, I have not hit that many.
Yeah.
I've hit a lot, but I haven't hit 150. But it's not about how many royal flushes you hit. It's about how much it costs you to hit those royal flushes.
That's right.
All right. Anybody who's hit, he said he's been playing for 20 years. So if he's been playing for 20 years and hit 150 royal flushes, he's put a lot of money through the machines. And he's losing a lot of money on the way to those royal flushes by playing inferior games.
Okay.
So that's really what it boils down to with video poker. It's not how many royals you hit. That's gonna be all over the layout based on how lucky you get. The bell curve will determine, right?
Sure.
It's how much money you lose on the way to those royals.
Okay.
And it absolutely is beyond debate that it is valuable to play the better. So it's not nonsense, and we will continue to talk about good schedules, good and bad schedules.
Right. And for example, that when we go out to drink, I'll mess around with the triple-double bonus poker, and I'll mess around with double-double bonus poker.
And what do I do?
You go to bonus poker.
Right. I'm playing the solid game. I'm the
Why?
plotter.
Why do you do that?
Because it's the best return most of the time.
That's right.
And if I see another game that's got a better return, I'll play that. But I'll look at the games and make an analysis, and I will play no matter how boring compared to some of the fun games. Yeah. I will play that game because it costs me the least money to play it.
That's right. So if you're seeking value, a bonus poker or playing the best playing
the best. You want to get to the point where you can tell which ones are better. But if you don't know, 9 times out of 10, especially in a bar, bonus poker is going to be the highest return.
Okay. And you heard it here. That's it for this week. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. We're going to continue to read the comments, and we're going to continue to comment on the comments. That's it for this week. Happy New Year. And we'll see you next week.